the new world, the world before and the world after the COVID-19 pandemic. We as cleaners are the most responsible individuals in a facility. It is our responsibility to keep the building clean. This effort is so that we may keep ourselves safe as well as protect the environment in which we are working. We will be doing regular cleaning on a daily basis or as assigned by the client. Part of our cleaning protocol will now always include disinfecting any hard surfaces and most and all touch points within the building. The main thing is that we keep ourselves personally clean. So wash your hands regularly, and for goodness sake, if you are sick, stay home and take care of yourself. That is the most important thing. Secondly, you need to understand the specifications that are required of you on a day-to-day basis. You need to understand what the client is looking for. So learn your specifications and keep them handy for reference. What you'll be seeing in the following video are processes and protocol that we are going to put into place in this new normal world. They're simple, they're obvious, but they're tried and true. And we're going to elucidate them into this video so that you can see the rules and regulations that we're going to be following within our organization. Afterwards, we'll be happy to take questions and get the answers appropriately to you. Thank you very much, and thank you for being part of this great Moreno & Associates team. The new protocol for post-COVID-19 starts immediately when you get out of your vehicle. Have your mask on, put a fresh pair of gloves on before you enter the building. Different companies are going to have different protocols, but while you're preparing yourself outside the building, make sure that you at least have a badge, you have your uniform on, you have gloves on, and you have a mask on. All the appropriate PPE before you enter the building. There are different ways to enter the building, but as long as you have a glove on or use your hand or use your elbow, some doors are automatic, you can enter the building safely. Use your hip, use your gloved hands, try to avoid touching the hot spots. Many buildings have their own rules and regulations, so please be advised of what those rules and regulations are before proceeding into the building. Although it's incredibly obvious, never, ever, ever flush gloves down a toilet. Dispose of them in an outside receptacle. That is the way to change your gloves as you're working through the day. In the event of a COVID breakout in the building, we will shut down the building for 24 hours before we are allowed to enter the building to do a full disinfecting. We will send a team in or an individual to do the disinfecting with the protocol, full safety gear, all the appropriate gloves, and all the appropriate protocols so that not only we can disinfect the building, but we can also stay safe. We will continue to use BioClean as our day-to-day standard cleaning for all general purpose cleaning, but we will also be using the Rochester Midland Neutral Disinfectant. If you do have your protective eyewear, please go ahead and introduce that, as it can be a little bit stingy if you get overspray on you. Spray the disinfectant on the surface and just let it dwell so that it kills naturally. It is extremely important not to cross-contaminate the areas in where we are cleaning. So therefore, we will be using a 4-color system for our microfibers: yellow, pink, green, and blue. Please check the information guide that your supervisor will provide so that you can know the specific areas in where each color will be used. Also remember, after your shift, it is extremely important to clean your microfibers with very, very hot water, rinse them out, and let them dry for the next service day. Please remember that after cleaning a restroom, it is extremely important that you leave the restroom facility and change your gloves outside of the restroom. So, in the event that you are being watched, the people see that you have changed your gloves to new gloves when you leave the restroom facility. To avoid cross-contamination, it is important that we use different colored mops as well for different areas of the facility. Take pride in your work. As a service provider, it is really important that we continue along the guidelines of our requirements, always understanding that there are security cameras throughout the facility and there are eyes watching us. Please continue to do your work and work responsibly. In these times, people are very concerned that their environment is properly cleaned, and we are the ones providing that service. Please remember, when we are providing our services, there may be other individuals within the facility. Keep that 6-foot social distancing as a standard. Remembering good hygiene practices when you sneeze is imperative in today's world. If you are not wearing a face guard when you do sneeze, please sneeze into your elbow or into a tissue. Throw the tissue away. And then, of course, take the time to wash your hands with the appropriate 20 seconds and then change your gloves as you continue your day. When you are done with your work shift, always remember to remove your gloves and dispose of them appropriately. Thank you for everything, and thank you for being a valued member of our team.